Well, a very good evening to you, one and all. And as Mr. Drew comes down from his head rush and spinny roundy moment, it's my job to welcome you to the Studio Rats Q&A Live number 245. My name is James Ivy.
I was going to do it then.
No, don't spoil it.
No, we were having a chat before. We were having a chat before we went on. We've got a great stupid comment of the week.
And this bloke here is Paul Drew, just in case you didn't know, because he's not going to introduce himself. And you are all very welcome to our weekly dust up of the interwebs. Lots going on this week. Some good stuff, some bad stuff, some interesting stuff, some damn right naughty stuff, quite frankly.
What's the bad stuff?
Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Okay. Are you aware of Internet Clone Gate?
What?
The thing that Danny Sapko's been on about with
Guacamo, whatever his name is.
Jack Guacamo Toro.
Yeah, Guacamole. No, we talked about him last week.
I don't think we mentioned it in a big way. I think it came up. I've then sort of gone away this week and actually had a good old dig, and he's been a naughty boy.
This is right, people. This is James. Finger on the pulse. Finger on the pulse. Come on then.
So turns out that Danny Sapko, our favourite Northern bass player, I can't say it, but has been doing some digging about this. I think he's Italian chap who now I believe lives in the States, called Giacomo Toro.
Yeah, Guacamole.
Who, as it turns out, doesn't write quite as much of the material as he says he does.
You know, I think probably most people here know the whole sort of story.
Yeah.
So yes, he's been a naughty boy. He's been a bit of a twat, hasn't he?
Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think the most amazing thing about Giacomo Gate is?
What's that?
That all the people and I'll use the word ripped off because let's face it, he have been so utterly lovely about it. They've all gone, we don't wish the guy any harm, but we just wish he'd, come clean. And I'm sorry, but I'm not quite sure I could be so polite about it. I think I'd be absolutely livid.
I think it just shows you that people love drama as well. People bloody love it. And guitar players, you think guitar players would go, I'm just not into the drama and stuff. But guitar players are just as bad as every other human being.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's made me laugh. I mean, it's been one of those things where I've watched people's responses, and those who've been ripped off, I've watched their responses as well, and everyone's been so. Yeah, he's done it. He's a naughty boy. He's held his hands up a bit, from what I can tell. I
don't think there's a lot of hand holding up. I think he's burying his head at the moment, but it's.
I think what's most interesting is that all the brands that he once endorsed have just gone bye.
Yeah. Anyway,
there's a lot to get through tonight. Some interesting stuff. I've had a lovely day on the beach, and it was blooming windy. But other than that, tradition dictates. Though, Mr. Drew, what have you been up
to? I've been creating packs for the FM3.
Well done.
Love that unit. Bloody love that unit.
This is great.
Actually, I can show it because it's already out. I'm reviewing this as a video for this coming out tomorrow, which is interesting. I'll get it out. I'll put it away because I finished the demo, but I'll get it out again. The this little box, and James and me, we were sort of reminiscing over who's the brand that used to make stuff that look like this.
Oh, the MIDI Kenton.
Kenton. So it's a NAM player. So neural amp modeling.
Yeah.
Not neural DSP, but the people that make the free neural amp modeling software. It's a neural amp player. And I've got to give it to them, these guys, because when I first got it, I plugged it in and I was playing through the reverb and I said, the reverb's not good. I sent them a message. I said, look, guys, and I want to be positive and stuff, but I don't think the reverb's very good, and I've got to mention that.
Yeah.
So they went away and they redid the reverb, and it's brilliant. The reverb's great. So they completely whatever you call it, program, DSP'd, whatever it is, the reverb. It's really good. So yes, it's a neural amp player, USB interface, runs off USB power. So you don't have to run it off your pedal power, but you can do. 2 in, 2 out.
It's stereo in as well, isn't it?
Stereo in as well, which is really unusual for little boxes, little players and stuff. Really
when I listened to your noodlings on the video earlier,
I
went, that sounds good. I really like that, and I thought you must be running it through your pedal board to get those sounds. No. And then when you said no, the reverb's in it, I was like, okay, that's really, really good.
Yeah, so don't get me wrong. I mean, I love the everyone knows that James and I love the Tone X pedal, but Tone X pedal doesn't do that sort of modulated reverb.
Yeah, that's a sort of shimmer verb thing.
Yeah, it's not shimmer verb, but yes, it's that sort of modulated reverb thing, and it's does a really good job. So yes,
does that mean we should now start making NAM captures as well?
No, the thing about NAM captures, I think, is that because it's a free
platform.
It's a free platform.
Yeah.
I don't see there's a lot of point in creating captures for it, because loads of people are doing it, and it's not a business. It's like it's a free for all copy.
It's a hobby platform.
I don't know if it's a hobby platform, but I think I think it's probably. What was the name of that? What was the name of that pirate music thing that came out in the 90s? What was it? Napster. I imagine it'll be more like that sort of thing.
But I mean, it sounded great. The couple of NAM models, captures, whatever their phrase is, sounded great. Really, really good. And if they're the built-in ones, quite frankly, what else do you need?
Well, yeah. So there's some, they're the best of the bunch that I found. So that's all I can say on that. They're the best of the bunch. There's two great sounds in there. And if you don't like the rest of the sounds, like I particularly didn't, you can go and download some different sounds. Yeah. But those two sounds really good. Anyway, sorry. What have you been up to? Oh no, something else.
Yeah.
He's I saw him appear. Uncle Lee and I.
Yeah.
We went down to Guitar today. I went to go and take my James Tyler in for it to be changed over.
Right.
So it's up there for a few weeks, which I'm a little bit gutted about because I'm going to miss it.
Right.
And Lee's got something to show us, because Lee's been. I mean, Lee is I can't even look at him anymore. He's a changed man.
He's twice the man he used to be.
Yeah, he's just he dropped a whole sack of big ones. That's all I can say.
I have posted the links. To join us if you wish. You don't have to join us via the links. You can join the show without using the link. But if you want to come and join us in the show, please do be half decent. Yeah, that goes for you too, Lee. Somewhere quiet so we can hear you and all that sort of stuff. You know the drill, Neil.
So what about you? What have you been up to?
So I've been working on a video that will come out tomorrow for a couple of things. A couple of Lewitt bits of kit that headed my way.
Did you do the video that we suggested?
No, I can't do it. I cannot do it because quite frankly, and I did ask a couple of people, and Gregoire said if you've got it ready for the 1st of April, it will be hilarious. But that window has shut. It would have been funny, and I agree. I think it would have been funny, but I think on a professional level, that would have ended my relationship.
Your channel could have just gone.
Yes,
sorry to the Elon Musk. So do the Elon Musk then, but it was could have just.
Yeah. Anywho, I haven't done that. I've done a very straightforward one, but 2 good pieces of kit and something that a lot of people are going to be interested in. I think, certainly in the guitar and acoustic guitar world, it makes quite a good noise on those things. So, video coming up for that. I've been prepping for an audition that I've got tomorrow. Believe it or not, I'm doing an audition. I haven't done one of those in a long time.
Do they not know who the hell you are?
Well, I didn't want to give it away. I didn't want them to feel, underwhelmed when I rock up.
Exactly, yeah. Should have said, I don't audition.
I don't audition.
I'm auditioning you. Anyway,
there is a certain amount of that. And just doing stuff, achieving things, hopefully making some content and doing lots of things for other people. I mixed an entire big band concert yesterday.
Oh, nice.
That was quite a challenge. It's come out really well.
The A word, are you?
I did do it in Dolby Atmos as well. Yes.
Yeah, take a bloody drink.
So yeah, that's been busy, and so videos coming out tomorrow. I will post all the normal links, and of course, been doing Studio Rats website stuff. We should talk about the website. The new Studio Rats website is live. It is beautiful.
It's good. I'm pretty pleased with that, actually.
And it's a bit green, which is great because I love green.
Yeah. We had a new website built by Dan and the team. So yes, very pleased with that.
Quite a bit of time last week working on that and tweaking it and stuff. It's out, it's live, and it's lovely. And if you are the sort of person who likes to buy our captures, captures, clones,
preset
pack stuff. It's really easy now. You can see exactly what you're after, and it's really, really easy. We've done it everything we could.
Nice.
First thing I want to do is introduce the one, the only Mr. Phil 40 Watts.
We're lucky there's only one.
Hello, sir.
How are y'all? I'm well.
Good.
And then the second person I need to bring on is, quite frankly, Moneybags himself.
I can't even look at him anymore.
Is a changed man, Mr. Lee Moneybags Abraham.
Changed man. Have you guys and Phil? Do you know Lee? Have you met Lee?
We've been on before.
We have been on before. Great. So I went out to Guitar Shop today. We didn't. So Lee. I just phoned Lee up first thing this morning. He said, "I'm going to go and drop this off. Do you want to come?" And he said, "Yeah, I'll come." So, there's me just dropping a guitar off.
Yeah.
Lee's come, Lee. How many big ones? Come on.
Well, there's two things to talk about, isn't there? And I've got to be quick as well because I've got to go out. I can't hang around for long tonight, I'm afraid.
We got to go spend that money already. Look at him; he's too big a baller for us.
So the reason why I've got to go out is I've got to take my wallet to rehab.
No.
So the first thing that I bought was this.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, mama.
Approve of this one. Yes, I'm behind this.
So yeah, I mean, you all heard about my woes with the FM3, and I'm glad it's gone to a better home.
It's not here yet.
I know. But on its way to its better home, it seems to be changing lives already, which is great. But no, I thought I'd get, because I did like the sounds from the the delays and the reverbs and the pitch shifting in particular from the FM3 or the Fractal in general is excellent. So I thought I'd go for one of these.
Nice.
And it's a darn sight easier to program and get my head around. And I've been using it at home. It sounds great. I've got some fantastic presets all sorted out. I'm using it. Everyone will be glad to know I'm using it with my. I can't quite get it on camera because it's.
You're going to spoil our video. We're making a video tomorrow on this. You're going to spoil the video.
Okay, I won't spoil the video. And I bought something else today. Can't quite remember what it is. Oh yes, I bought a new banjo.
Come then, let's have a look at the new banjo. Do you know what? Can I just say before you get it out, before you whip it out? I've looked at one of these. I've always dismissed them because I've always thought, that's for more the sort of tech metal guys.
Like me.
Yeah. If you want the prog guys. And then now I've just been, ever since I got home, I'm looking them up going, God, where can I get one of these second hand? So let's come then.
Right, here we go.
Do the Vinny.
Oh, hello.
What is it? Come on, Phil.
Anderson.
Good guess. Good guess. They're not.
No, it has Anderson vibes.
It does have Anderson vibes. That's very true.
The other one is Sir. That is like would be my go-to.
There we go. Well done, mate.
Yeah. Ah, there we go.
Oh, look at that!
I was watching a video of a band the other day, and the artist is Hannah Wickland. It was just one of those things that got recommended on my feed, and she's killer. She's a monster player, songwriter, singer. But like it's got stage lights, so it's dark and moody and flashing lights. And for the first 10 minutes, I was sure she was playing Sirs, but no, she's a Tom Anderson artist.
Cool.
Right. Yeah.
What is it, and what is a serve? Is it a serve?
It's a Sir Modern HSH in denim slate grey.
So, Lee, you said banjo, and I was worried you'd gone and had some teeth pulled before you went to the music store so that you could buy an actual banjo.
No, in joke about what we call them, banjo, ukulele, whatever, you know.
Ukulele.
They're all guitars to us. Yeah. So, I mean, I've been talking about this. I mean, this is the second Sir I've bought, and I've been talking about it for long enough. And I wanted something that, you know, because my other Sir is like that classic Strat vibe about it, you know, the Sunburst, and it's the classic version. So I wanted something that was in contrast to that. You know, I didn't want to buy just another one of those. And I'd had my eye on a twin humbucker one that Guitar had for ages and ages and ages. And then just when I was getting close to justifying it to myself, they sold the bloody thing. So
isn't that the way? That was the universe telling you no.
Well, to that one, yeah. And then Mr. Drew rang me up today and said, "Oh, let's go to Guitar." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
So you drove to Epsom today?
Yeah,
Epsom, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, but I've always heard guitars and thought, that's not for me. There's no place to put your pick. There's too many pickups going on. You can't pick properly because it's got that, you know, two big humbuckers and a single in the middle. It's like an amazing guitar. That
I had a Brian Moore, the iGuitar which looked very, very like that.
Yeah.
He told you, so it's all over the shop. I had a Brian Moore. The only problem with the Brian Moore was the US models are really good. Mine was the Korean, which really wasn't.
Yeah, that was back in the day, like pre-Korea figuring it out.
Yeah,
like because now Korean guitars are killer.
Yeah.
But that was the day when like they were still figuring out that production and how they would do that.
Yeah.
It was a really, really good guitar because it had MIDI, piezo, and it was HSH.
You just gave me several reasons why it was not a good guitar.
Phil.
Yep, got it.
Right, I've got to jump off, chaps. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that.
Great.
And,
good to see you, Lee.
Are you bringing it tomorrow?
I can do, yeah.
Yeah, bring it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. We'll play through
Great.
it. Cool. All right. See you later, chaps.
Enjoy, Lee.
Yeah, I'm on borrowed time, but I'll be here for just a little bit. We're doing interviews for a thing I'm on a board for, and so I've got to get over to that here in like, I don't know, I've got like 25 minutes, 30 minutes before I have to go. But after being chastised for forgetting what day it was last week and driving through Nashville and couldn't get on, I was like, oh, well, I got to hop on at least for a minute.
Yeah, if you have to. Yeah, it's true because it's only us idiots and we don't really know what we're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. I did pick up a couple of new things, though, that I felt like I'd mention.
Go on, then.
I finally got a hold of one of these.
Oh,
that came as part of a sale of a guitar. I sold a Mulecaster for cash plus this.
What one is it? What Vemiram is
so
it?
This is the Jan Ray. This is the
Jan Ray. Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice.
And I've had a Timmy. I literally just sold my Timmy not too long ago. I don't know, about a week or two ago. And I like it a lot, but we're gonna give it some time and see how I like it. I also have one of the Shanks fuzzes on the way, Shanks 2. So I'm excited to give that a go. Most of mine has been selling things. I've bought a couple of things, but
nice.
I'm really into this, like, get rid of a few things that I'm just not touching. I'm not playing. Move them on.
Amen.
You know the did you go in the Dumble room on?
I did not.
Okay.
I had a couple of chances where some folks I know were on the in, and I probably could have got in, but I didn't really get a chance. And every time I walked over there, it was like late, and so everything had cleared out by then. So
yeah. Well, funny enough, the new version of the Dumble that they've built, the one that we tried, James.
Yes, yeah.
That's actually gone. John Shanks bought that one, apparently.
Oh.
He's the guy who's currently playing second guitar for Bon Jovi, isn't he?
Oh well, he's got the money then.
Yeah, he's got money.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a producer and engineer extraordinaire, but also the second guitarist next to Phil X.
That's got to be a lot. That's got to be a fun gig, isn't it?
Right? That's got to be like all the glitz and none of the stress.
Yeah.
Like for that gig.
Yeah.
Surely that's only next to maybe Def Leppard's bass player as the easiest gig in the world.
I'd love to. I'd love to be in Def Leppard. That would just
Def Leppard's bass player has got to be the ultimate liggers gig, isn't it? Turn up to all the parties and go dum dum.
No, he's a pit guy, isn't he? He's a pit guy. He's a pit guy. Yeah.
Oh, it's even easier.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Dum dum.
Yeah, brilliant.
So boys, before you get through all these comments, and it looks like they're starting to come in.
Yeah.
Since I want to talk about it before I get out of here, let's talk about the Chase Bliss pedal. Can we jump to the news and talk about the Chase Bliss pedal?
Okay, yeah, I can do the news straight away.
You don't have to do all of it, just that one.
It's all right. I can do that. We'll just do that news.
Yeah.
Here it is. So, you got it? You on?
Yeah.
So this is the Chase Bliss Brothers AM. So this is basically. I'm going to let Phil talk about it because Phil.
Oh well, all I'm really going to say, I have been through the King of Tone waitlist 4 times.
Have you?
Yes, I've gone through all 4 times that it'll allow me. Still have 2 of them. 2 of them I moved on in like crunchier financial times, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it is my favorite drive pedal.
Is it?
Bar none, it is my all-time favorite drive pedal, and I did not press the buy button. Could not have pressed the buy button fast enough on this pedal.
Have they got any left?
Yeah. So, well, they sent out an email either this morning or late last night. I can't remember, that they were really close to sold out of this first run, and that all of the ones they sell during this first run will absolutely get shipped out in the 4-week time period that they say on the website. Mine's already on the way. It'll be here Friday.
Wow.
Nice.
I may have been the first order. I'm not kidding. I was waiting for the email. So I've yet to see anybody has an order number lower than mine. Let's put it that way.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap, is it?
No, it's $400, $399, which is kind of typical Chase Bliss pricing or close to.
Looks like it does quite a lot though.
Yeah, so it is a full King of Tone. It is a full-blown King of Tone. Actually, circuit-wise, they say it's basically 2 of them, but it's 1 full King of Tone plus an approximation of the Beano boost. The reason they couldn't do a full Beano boost is because the transistor, they just couldn't use the one that Analog Man uses. There's a whole like documentary right there. You just scroll past it and watch that. It's like 20 something minutes. It's really cool. They go to Japan and go to these little electronics parts stores and just talk about the origin of the King of Tone. And he manages to replicate the boost almost exactly in just a different way. So you get a King of Tone, 2-sided, toggles on the outside for boost, overdrive, distortion. You've got a built-in Beano boost. Then you get 4 presets on the face without MIDI. You get an expression controller for any knob. And you get MIDI control if you want it.
Wow.
So, I mean, King of Tone, if you get through the list right now, is $335 plus whatever options you buy.
Yeah.
So at $399 and no wait list, plus all the extra benefits, plus, let's be honest, it's a single pedal size, even if it has side jacks.
Yeah.
It feels like a no-brainer if you're into that sound, and in the videos, it sure sounds just like a King of Tone.
Oh, see, I was just about to buy it, and then 400 notes.
Mm-hmm. I think it's worth every penny.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know what? The worst part is you don't like it. You can move it on pretty easily. I think
that is true. I think you are so right. It will be easy to move on.
Yeah, well, I never had the original Chase Bliss Brothers pedal. I really wish I had, but now they're just too expensive for me to think about getting into.
Okay. Should I do it?
Let's go.
Go on.
Add to cart.
I've just hold on. It's just put 2 in there for me.
So yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's Chase Bliss plus my favorite overdrive pedal of all time. There was no way I wasn't going to get it.
Right.
So I'm glad I had a couple of gigs last weekend that I made a lot of extra money at. So I was able to swing it real easy.
Awesome. I love the gold one.
Yeah, I wish that was still available. I really do.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
I quite like the purple, though, I have to admit.
Well, yeah, that's a classic color. That's
Do you know what I don't like about it?
Uh-huh.
It looks like one of the cheaper UA pedals for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I see that.
I don't like the sunshine logo. It makes it look like some kind of breakfast cereal.
That's analog. Yeah, I think that's the analog man part of it. I think they're trying to.
Yeah, he uses that sun on a bunch of stuff. So
fantastic.
I can't wait for it to get here. I keep selling pedals, and then more keep finding their way back into my house.
Well, that's the option, isn't it? I guess I could sell a bunch of pedals and buy this. I've got so many bloody pedals.
Yeah, and you like it's 400. That's a lot, but that's not selling too many pedals. That's selling 2 or 3 pedals nowadays at most. So I think it's a great buy. I think you're going to get a lot out of it. I think it sounds phenomenal. The functionality is extra. It is mono, so if anybody wanted a stereo King of Tone, you didn't get it. Sorry.
Well, why would you want a stereo King of Tone? Why would
I don't know. People get mad when Chase Bliss pedals aren't stereo for some reason. But I do sort of wish instead of the Beano boost, it had the Sunface fuzz built in instead of the boost.
Right.
Because the original Brothers was a fuzz and overdrive.
Oh, I don't know the Brothers. I don't know.
That's the gold one that we scrolled by earlier. Yeah, that's a different one. That was the one they discontinued.
Ah, okay. Okay, so that's not just a gold version of that.
No, that was their original overdrive pedal. That was their first overdrive that they ever made. And it did some cool stuff. And I never got it before it got discontinued and the prices went crazy.
Okay.
I'm looking now to see what they're going for. Let's see. Chase Bliss Brothers. There was one available on Reverb in the US, and it is $440.
Okay.
Yeah. That is a lot for a single slot pedal.
Yeah. And honestly, that's the cheaper price I've seen in a while. I've seen them as high as $600-700, which is stupid. I'm going to say it out loud. It's stupid. An overdrive pedal at $700, I almost don't care what it is stupid.
At this point, he's been sat there for a while. I'm going to bring in, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mr. Vinny the Axe.
Hello, gents.
Vinny's who everybody actually wants to hear from, because I want to hear about that guitar.
What guitar?
I already saw a comment earlier. They were asking about the James Tyler again.
Oh, again?
I know you talked about it last week.
Yeah, it seems to be the hotness. It's Rich from Tyler saw my video.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and he was really he was, from what I read, I haven't talked to him yet. He wanted me to private message him, so I sent him a message on Messenger. Because I don't think you could do that through YouTube. If I haven't figured it out, if you can, but he liked the comment that a lot of people are playing these things, and he feels like, from what he said in the comment, that he kind of hit the mark with like a niche in the market, like that people were wanting their guitars and trying to come up with like a lower price one. He also was concerned a little bit about about a couple of the anomalies that I had that I didn't like on the guitar. Maybe that's why he wants to talk to me. But anyway, I shot him a message. We'll see if he gets back to me. And I also sent him an email because I'd like to get a matte black pickguard for this thing. I just think a matte black pickguard would be just awesome on it, you know,
Yes.
with the gold hardware.
Yes,
agreed.
Hold
you
on.
know, when you guys were talking about the Prince of Tone, the King of Tone, I had a buddy of mine who had the King of Tone, and then I went and bought the Prince of Tone because it was like a very short wait list for that, and I didn't like it. I got rid of the Prince of Tone. It didn't sound. We put it head to head with the King. It wasn't the same. I mean, as far as I could tell, we went back and forth and A didn't beat it. It wasn't the same. But I tell you what, Analog Man makes some great stuff. I have one of their Sun Faces fuzzes.
Me too.
And you know, you pick whatever chips and components you want in it, and I made sure I got one that had like the lowest amount of fuzz.
Let's go.
Oh,
Jesus! See, don't come on, get me excited about stuff.
You're welcome. Listen, next week when you get it, or whenever you get it, we'll chat. You will thank me for it. And I haven't even played the thing.
Sorry, Benny. Apologies.
No,
mate.
it's all right.
Right. So I think that's great. So, and I think that's Rich he's really concerned about sort of customer service and, you know, and keeping up the quality level of the brand. So that's great.
Yeah, and things are going to happen no matter where you have a guitar built. You're going to have you can have some kind of tool marks in the fretboard or some kind of something happen. You know what I mean? I've had guitars that were like 4 or 5 times the price that had issues, and then I've had a guitar that's $800 that was awesome. You know what I mean? Out of the box. So it's.
And is how are you feeling about it at the moment? Is it still a keeper?
Yes, I really like it. I really like it a lot, actually. I played the hell out of it the other night. I want to do another video with it. I had somebody make a comment. It's always kind of fun when one of your subscribers sticks up for you, and when somebody else makes some stupid ass comment. So the video I did seemed to be well received, and somebody made a comment saying that you can't hear what the guitar sounds like if you're playing it to backing.
I saw that comment on your video, and I was like,
and somebody made a comment, went, for you. You know, because I really did, you know, think about it for a second. I'm like, well, maybe I should just do a video where I just go through the pickup selection, play it with nothing so people could hear it. But then I was thinking, like, with that comment, I'm like, so I guess we really wouldn't know what Eddie Van Halen's guitar sounds like, or Jimmy Page's guitar sounds like, or Joe Satriani's guitar sound like, or Steve Vai's guitar sounds like. And I could just go on and on, because I have never had the opportunity to have Eddie Van Halen go through his pickup selection or the one and play it with nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like,
you know what? We haven't, and no one else has either. Like, and it doesn't matter, because if it's out of context, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Your tone in the context that you're going to use it is the only thing that matters.
So I was going to do this ball busting video. I think the inner Vin is going to finally come out. I was going to do this video. I was literally going to do this video because you guys, the Studio Rats guys, know me. They've met me in person, and I am not just a casual, nice person that you see on the videos. I'm trying to play nice here, but I was literally going to do a response video, and you know, being that me going through my equipment into the DAW, you know, would affect it, right? Because it's analog to digital. So that wouldn't be true to its native form. So what I was going to do is I was going to go through a video of me just playing the guitar completely unplugged and going through the pickup selection with it unplugged and be like, there it is. That's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
When people say, you know, context is everything, and I completely agree with that. If I've been fortunate enough to acquire quite a lot of multi-tracks, you know, studio multi-tracks from the great and the good. Some of the 4-track stuff from the early Beatles recordings. A lot of this stuff is out there, but a lot of it isn't. A lot of it shouldn't be in the public domain, therefore it stays well away from internet connected hard drives, etc. If you listen to some of those isolated tracks, like George Harrison's isolated guitars on some of the early Beatles stuff, you go, can these boys even play?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's horrendous. Yeah. And yet, those 4 boys come together and they make arguably the ultimate boy band 4-piece rock band sound.
Right. Yes.
The same thing's true of Jimmy Page.
It's all about context. If you listen to a mixed a guitar track that is mixed, there's probably very little bottom end in it because you're rolling all the bottom end out to get it out of the way of the bass and whatever else is going in the bottom end. It's all about context. So when someone says, how many times have you heard bedroom guitarists turn up to gigs and there is so much bottom end in their sound because they're not used to playing in a band context? It's all about
and they can't be heard. No matter how much volume they add, they can't be heard because they just blend into everything.
And I'm not knocking that because everyone has to learn that, but it is, context is king. I know the king of tone thinks it's king, but context is king.
That's why I used to make sure that I was heard. I played a super reverb on 7, hit the bright switch, and put the mids on 10.
And glass was cut from
I was heard, and that was with a P90 equipped guitar. So all mids, baby.
Nice.
Lovely.
Well, that's great, and that you're pleased with it. That's really good.
Yeah, and I had a revelation this week. I actually had some guitars up for sale on Reverb, and I took everything down.
Ooh.
I am in a place where I have some really good guitars, and they all play and sound extremely well. And I'm just not giving stuff away anymore. Super cheap. I'm not doing it. They're all really good, and I'm, and every time I pick one up and play it, and I have it up for sale, and I'm like, man, I shouldn't sell this. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just done. I'm gonna keep what I got here.
Vinny, I put a thing on Threads today, literally this morning, because I did the same thing. I'm thinking about pulling down all the listings I have too, just because I've sold a few things. Don't get me wrong, but I put up a listing that said pro guitar tip. If you want to get better guitar tone, put your guitar up for sale. It'll never sound better.
Yeah. I actually made a funny. I'm going to coin this reference if nobody's come up with this yet. So if you guys heard this before, then fine. But somebody made a mention about the James Tyler headstock on my website. Nice comment, but they can't get their head wrapped around it. And I said, listen, it grows on you after a while. And then I said, it is the Volvo of headstocks.
It is the Volvo.
So if you hear that anywhere else, I came up with that.
Nice. What's that blue thing behind you? The relic blue.
That's a Friedman.
Wow.
And it's amazing sounding Friedman, by the way.
Oh, nice.
I could see you looking at it early going, what's that?
How long have you had that? I don't recognize that.
Oh, look at those.
I used to have a black one of them. Exactly like that, but
it had a pearloid pickguard on it, and then my daughter and I were going through some things, so I wanted to change it, and then she picked out this like simulated kind of like pearloid snakeskin boa constrictor kind of thing.
It looks like a kitchen counter.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm still not happy with it. I don't know what you know what it is. The pickguard is so freaking big on this thing.
Yeah.
That it's too much. It's too much.
It's also too shiny for that guitar.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go matte something or other on this.
Kind of
anodized, like an anodized, rusty, goldy, silvery type thing.
Guys, it needs a relic brown tort. That's what it needs.
Ooh,
brown tort would be all right.
Yeah, relic brown tort.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, anodized, sort of dirty, silvery, goldy.
I have that on.
I'm going mint still. I'm still going mint because I think mint would look good on that.
No, darker than that. That almost looks pink. That almost looks pink in this light. Look at us, the fashion sense.
Hey, I know, right?
Darker than that, darling.
we need to do some comments because we as always we just end up just getting so far behind.
Yeah, and I'm going to let you guys go. I've got to get over to this interview, but it was great to see you guys.
Maybe
next week.
That'd be great. Good to see you
later.
See you soon.
See you, Phil.
You hang around, Bim?
Yeah, I think there was some questions on this. If you want me to stay around, if not, I could jump off if you guys want to get through.
No.
We'll pile through and see it, mate. You're more than welcome. Always, you know that.
I appreciate it.
Let's go.
Nabs, greetings, rats and rodents. Hope all our cool and dandies getting hotter by the over here in Beirut. Soon we'll be driving in the cool Mediterranean. Lovely jubblies.
I should be there in 5 weeks.
Nice.
Not Beirut. No, the men.
Al, good evening, chaps and TSR fans. How are we all? All good, mate. Hope you are well. Mr. Paul, good evening, lads. Evening, Mr. Paul. Keith, evening, Keith. Jeff, greetings all. Maybe we should just get rid of the we should just go past the good mornings and stuff.
Yeah.
But Jeff says, good morning from Brisbane. It's 5 a.m. on a Thursday. I mean, Jeff's got up, so we have to read it, Jeff.
Yeah.
Person would have to be an idiot to be up at this time of the morning. Absolutely.
Yeah, then we got hello from Mark
Hello,
Hennessy.
Michael. Hope you're well, mate.
Chris.
Evening all.
Lee's been on. Don't need to talk about him.
Yeah. Keita, I see Mixed Bus 11 is out and the pro version with Dolby. Okay, let's move on. Mixed Bus 11. What are you doing, man? Michael MC. All right, let's get Vinny on to discuss that JTG.
Yeah, with that. Oh, Greg was in.
Greg says, tension formation, please, Rat Pack. Hope everyone's having a great week. And you, mate.
If you think it could be serious, ask me.
It's very serious.
That's a bit weird. That went off. Walter, hello, Florida. I have a Line 6 Pod Go. Do you have an episode using this pedal effect? I love it so far. Awesome. It's a bit of God. That's long in the tooth, but still sounds great. Nice one. Well done, Walter.
Broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. Jeff, lol. I've never heard of him. Who?
Maybe Pod Go.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Keith. Also, Ben Jordan released a really interesting video on poison piling AI. What's that? Who's Ben Jordan?
And what's poison piling AI?
Don't know. Interesting. Well, it might be worth the look.
Might be. I'll be. But so I'll learn what it is, and then by next week I'll be out of date. Is that right, Paul?
Yeah. Finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
Jonathan McCulloch, talking about guitar players, I watched the Aristocrats live in 2025 on YouTube. Good God, Guthrie still has it going on in spades. Love your fracture video, Paul. Cheers, Jonathan. Yes, Guthrie is the daddy.
And I particularly like Marco's drumming as well. My God, that guy's good.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be my thing to listen to. It's a bit too much for me, but just amazing spectacle. Keith, all set for rec quotes this evening. Maybe I should actually keep the record of them all at some point. You definitely should, mate.
There's a book there somewhere.
Yeah, I think we did with. I think Lee's dropped some fat ones or something. I think was one
dropped a fat load or something, wasn't it?
Yes. The Low Life X. Hey, thanks for helping out the other day with the outface pickups. It worked the way you suggested. Brilliant. I thought it would. Nice.
That's cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Glad we know something between us.
Mendel, evening, good day all. Evening, Mendel. Evening all, Hollywood. There, yeah, Basil dropped off a sack of big ones. Jeff Rock, Richie Blackmore's turned 80 this week. I can't believe his hair is the same colour as it was when I saw Rainbow back in 1979.
Wish my hair looked the same.
Yeah, me too.
It does, wherever you left it.
Hollywood, I discovered a new band which I've been listening to. They're called Bill Murray, mix of jazz, pop, emo, and heavy rock, metal, prog. Oh my God, this sounds like my nightmare. Perhaps they're an old band and I late to the party. I don't know, mate. Maybe. Never heard of
Bill Murray. Is there a joke there somewhere?
Thanks.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Hang on, that's a new studio assistant there.
Yeah, my daughter.
Dave, good evening to my fellow rodents. Hope life's been treating you well and you're enjoying the Easter break. Cheers, Dave. You as well, mate. I was using your fancy cup there. Right.
The Easter break is being challenging because I'm getting very little work done, but I am having some good one-to-one children time, which is good to say.
Nice. Hollywood, changed man. Where's the budget league on? It's true.
I know. I was surprised he got that, and I've been toying around the idea of grabbing one of those and putting that up with the Amp 1 and just have that in the Amp 1 as like an all-round one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Great solution.
That'd be good. Jonathan says, forget the question, everyone. Do the rats have T-shirts, etc. to purchase? I haven't checked your website yet. So if you go to YouTube, underneath all the videos, there's T-shirts and stuff you can purchase. It's not purchased direct. It's basically a company that I've uploaded some designs and then they then ship them.
It's a YouTube affiliate, isn't it?
It's a YouTube affiliate, and it's not profitable in the least.
Unless we sold 135 million.
Not, yeah.
So,
but thank you. Yeah, it all helps. It all helps. Thanks, Jonathan. Tone Dragon, I'm gassing for a new Chase Bliss Analog Man Overdrive. It's better to ask forgiveness, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, I've just done it. I've just bought one. I just bought one because Phil bullied me into doing it.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. Everyone knows that.
400 notes. No, Hoodlum, has anyone tried the new James Tyler Made in Asia series? It's pretty nice and sounds good. Any thoughts? Like the show, guys. Cheers, Guitar Hoodlum. Yes,
haven't seen one at all.
I haven't seen one.
Yeah. So yes, Guitar Hoodlum, Vinny's bought one, and we talked all about it last week.
And he likes it.
Yeah, and he likes it. It's there.
I think a like a matte dark grey, really super dark grey, nearly black pick guard would be really nice.
I think, and also just change. I would change the hardware. I think it wouldn't cost that much, and I'd change all the hardware to.
All right, Trigger's room.
Trigger string.
Well, I'll tell you what. Everything's working really good. The trem stays in tune. There's no issues. The guitar really does sound really damn good, and it does. Like I said last week, it has a very modern sound compared to my other, like my K line and my other like vintage style Strats. So it's not redundant of an instrument.
Great.
If half of me would say, yes, look is important. We know that. But if it's all working beautifully,
don't mess with it.
Don't mess with it.
Well, I think if the black pickguard was on here, the gold would look cool.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So,
well, let's not say cool. It would look good.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, it looks good as it is. It looks good as it is.
It's going to dull down over time.
Yeah,
it's going to.
Well, it just gives it the ultimate 80s look, doesn't it? The gold with the little gold bits, and it's a preference, but I think it does look cool. It's a
beautiful thing.
I hope they get back with me so I can maybe get a pick guard from them. You know, I don't even know if it's the same pattern. I don't know if it's a different pattern as a USA one as the overseas one, because sometimes they kind of design things a little different on the overseas models. It might not fit. So I'm going to wait to get an answer from them. Otherwise, I might have to pull this off and ship it out to somebody and have them make me one.
Yeah.
But I don't know about there's like a little bracket, I think, for that little push thing. So I don't know if somebody can actually make that. So I'm hoping they can pull through and they get with me, and it's not like $1,700 for a piece of plastic.
Vinny, I've had this Strat for getting on for 2 years now. It is the worst looking piece of junk. The relic job was done with a Phillips screwdriver. It's appalling. But this guitar plays so well. I'm really loathed to pull it to bits and swap bits out because it plays fantastically.
Right. Well, that's the same thing with I have that inspired by Epiphone 59 Les Paul.
Yeah.
That's playing great. And a lot of guys had commented on one of the videos that I did that they took all the parts off and they buffed it to like a sheen. So it actually looks like nitro, which is cool. But the guitar is set up and is playing so perfect that I don't want to take it apart and put it back together. So I leave it alone.
This apparently has a Abigail Ybarra center pickup. I haven't even taken it apart because I don't want to mess with it because it plays so brilliantly.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It can just stay there.
It looks like my dog's dragged it around the street.
I don't care. I don't want to wreck it.
Right,
it's already wrecked. I love it.
Talking about that. There was a Sir that we because I went out with Lee. I've been looking up Sirs. There's a Sir on Facebook at the moment.
Yeah,
and with the worst relic job, factory relic job,
even worse than that.
Oh my god, mate! It is.
I had one. I had a sunburst one.
Oh my god!
It looked like it got caught in a house fire.
It was.
I didn't like it.
It's like how did John Sir let those go out the factory? They are awful. Anyway, Hollywood actress Sir 24th fret has no marker on the 24th fret. Classic Sir trait. Nice.
Go with that.
So Lee, how's the Sir versus the 24 fret Harley Benton?
To be honest, I was trying to get this point across to my stepfather today, talking about guitars and stuff, and he said, "So if Paul's Les Paul is worth 10 grand," I was flicking through and he saw your, "Is this Les Paul worth $10,000?" And I said, "Yeah, but that one there is worth 500 quid there at my studio." And he said, "Is it a 20 times better guitar?" And I went, "No.
No, isn't it?
Is it a better guitar? Yes. Is it 20 times better? No. Would I notice playing it? Probably not."
Well, yeah, it's all about it's more about investment, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I did try and get that across to him. I said it's not just about the guitar and how it plays. It is about, but it's
Holding
very
value.
difficult to justify from just as an instrument point of view and a playing point of view, upgrading guitars. It's really hard.
I almost got my hands on a Guild Brian May guitar, but not the red special one. It was one of the ones that they made where it just had like a simple control layout. It didn't have all the switches and stuff. It was one of the lower tier ones that Guild made at the time, and it was beautiful. It was white. It was, it was in decent condition, but the guy was a collector of everything, and he wanted like a lot of money for it. And I'm like, I said, "Dude, I'll give you $2 grand for it." He's like, "Oh, Brian Mays signed it. It's on the, on the back." And I'm like,
"Well, I'll give you 1,500 for it."
I told him, I said, "Look, dude," I said, I'm not like one of those kinds of people. I said, "So if you want to sell it, I'll give you $2 grand for it." I said, "Because to be honest with you, I will try to find a way to like get Brian's May's name off the guitar, like with a, with cleaning solution." So he wanted like something astronomical for it, like $5,000 or $6,000. And I was just like, there's no way. There's no way. Sometimes things got to be worth the money.
Yeah.
I think I saw a Les Paul on Reverb. It was in my feed somewhere. 59 original one. They wanted like $500,000 for it. And I'm like, okay.
Being sold by one Jay Bonamassa.
Yeah. Chase Bliss Brothers, anyone? Just bloody bought one.
Yeah.
I was bullied into it.
No one bullied you. No one
listen.
bent you over and rammed your arm up your back. I mean, I know that's your idea of a Friday afternoon in Croydon, but
yeah, but that's what I'm going to tell the missus. Mike the Bike. Cheers from Greece, lads. Happy Easter, King of Tonal Brothers AM. Well, yeah.
Happy Easter.
Yes.
Happy Easter, mate. Richard, did either of you try the TC 2290p? Is there a?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the pedal version?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was looking at that heavily instead of jumping into a VP4. I know you get a lot more stuff with the VP4 Fractal, but I wanted just the really cool delays, and I was watching a bunch of videos on it. I don't know. Man.
I had a 2290, and I didn't know what I had, and I sold it. And it's the ultimate delay. There's no choice about it.
Is the 2290p just come out?
No, it's like 2 years ago or a year ago or so.
Yeah, it looks like the 2290, but in pedal form. But about the same sort of stuff.
Here's one thing for you, Rich. I'll say is that I've been looking at some really cool delays. I've been looking at digital delays. I want a digital delay, and I have a couple, but I'm playing in mono. So a lot of those delays that sound super cool that you see on a lot of these, channels and people demoing, they're playing in stereo and they sound epic. But when you're playing in mono, it just totally like, you take that same pedal and unplug one side and it just sounds like anything else. It sounds like my Boss DD8, so I don't know. I'm on the fence. I think unless I get a second rig and start playing in stereo in the house, which I don't think I'm going to do.
Why don't you? I mean, stereo for me is paramount as far as I'm. So I'm always stereo. Why are you restricting yourself to mono?
Well, because I only have I just didn't feel like hooking up another amp and then mixing them both together and having the feeds go out to both. And when I'm jamming,
I thought you had the blue cab, the cab thing.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I just get the balanced out, and I guess I could mess with that somehow. I guess I don't know. I was looking at even getting a plug-in to do stereo, delay.
Yeah.
Again, that works. That works. So the way I do it when I'm micing up a cab, I've got a cab behind my sofa over there with a mic on it. That's coming into my mixer, as it were, my sound card, and I've got stereo reverb and stereo delay on that. So when you're hearing that cab, I'm still hearing it because my monitors are here. I've got the dry sound coming from over there, and the effects also coming from here. Sounds epic.
And every single time I walk in his studio, I kick the mic.
Yeah, everyone does. The dog always, ruining that mic. Anyway. Jerry says Lisa reminds me of Yamaha Pacifica 821D. Do you know what? It's got that sort of shape about it. I know what you mean.
I know exactly what he means.
Yeah, I had an 821 with a reverse headstock.
Oh, they look cool with the reverse headstock. I thought they were good.
And then I had a 912, I think, and a 921. And a 521, I think it was. They all had war moth necks on them. They had that really weird neck plate, the dual band bars. Instead of one solid neck plate, they had two bars instead. That's how you know. That's how you know if it's got the war. Well, I guess from what I understand, Warmoth was making the necks for those guitars back in the day.
Do you remember the blue Saraceno?
Yeah, that Yamaha with the plaid on it.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to find one of those. I wish I had one of those things.
They were cool, weren't they?
Yeah.
That I want one of them, and the and James and I always talk about the John Petrucci Ibanez with the
faces on it.
Yeah.
No, with the Picasso Ibanez.
Yeah, the Picasso.
You know what I want, and I don't know why Ibanez has not done this, is the 540p, which was a reverse, like left-handed body, routed right-handed. Skolnick played it in a couple of videos back in the day, and that guitar is so sought after, and people will buy them completely beat up for a ton of money, and it would sell. I don't know why Ibanez would not remarket that. They come out with everything else retro, that all looks the same. Why would you not come out with that guitar? Because I guarantee you that guitar would sell.
Was it the 540, the thin one?
No. This would look like an RG body, but it's got like a reverse horns on it. It looks twisted. It looks like it's a lefty body backwards.
Yeah.
That was a great guitar. Why they won't come out with that, I don't know, because I know it'll sell. I mean, there are people making copies of those bodies and selling them on Reverb and eBay because people are trying to rebuild them.
Cool.
But the Petrucci Ibanez, I really liked the Picasso cut print.
I like the camouflage one with the camo colors.
Yes,
that came out. That was cool.
Yeah, they look really good. Send up a wheelchair pillow. Oh, there was a question I was going to ask you actually. Send up a wheelchair pillow. It was a question that you asked that you put on the Film at Night podcast, on the Know Your Gear podcast. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I know what it was. Oh, and I want to hear it. So, Centre for Wheelchair Pillows got an Airbnb, and it was something about some party that went on at his Airbnb, and he had to kick out the people that had hired his Airbnb and a prostitute as well. So I want to hear the whole story.
Nice.
I know it sounds like an epic story. Anyway, he says Andy Timmons' show was sensational. How have I never heard of him? Very impressed with his speed and immaculate execution. He's amazing. Also got a special red D&M drive signed by Robert Keeley and Dan from TPS. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. Hollywood, I think Phil has sold us on getting that chase pedal. Do you think people will be selling them for the same or more money? Well,
more.
I'm hoping that if I buy one, I mean, I'm not into scalping, but I can at least I can get my money back. That's what I'm hoping. If I don't really get on with it, which I'm sure I will.
People used to do that with the Analog Man stuff all the time.
But I'm sick of pedals. I've got about 1,000 pedals in my cupboards. I don't need more pedals, and I've just bought another pedal. Mr. Beast fan. The question is for Paul. You should do a book club and start with The Great Horn Spoon by Sid Fleshman. The Great Horn Spoon. I haven't got a clue what's going on, but thank you. Yes, maybe. Who is? Okay, I don't. Is this a joke? Is this someone?
I don't. If it's a joke, I don't get it either.
I'm gonna have to hold on. I will look it up. The Great Horn Spoon.
Hang on. He comes back later on and says,
Paul Reed by the Great Hornsby. I reckon it's Mr. Beast fan is actually Sid Fleshman. It's a movie called Bullwhip Griffinstone, Dick Van Dyke. Okay, hold on. The Great Hornspoon. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it in my feed so I can.
I just hope Dick Van Dyke's not trying to do an English accent.
Yeah, it is. It's a Great Hornspoon. I don't know why I should be reading that.
Wow.
I don't know why I should be reading it, but it's going to be something. It's going to be something funny, I bet. Anyway.
Okay. Boom. Go.
Keith, thanks for another great show. The King Tone Imperial sounds beautiful. The Tone King Imperial sounds beautiful. Do you think that with an Origin Effects MEQ would have enough gain for even Lee?
There's not enough gain on planet Earth for Lee.
Give me 2 seconds.
Well, no, actually, that's a lie. I have got an amp that Lee, I think even Lee would go, whoa, there's a lot of gain on this.
Oh, are we talking about the Tone King, the pedal?
Yes.
No, it's the wrong sort of gain for Lee. It's the wrong sort of gain. It's Lee likes a very sort of modern, tight, high gain sort of thing. No, the Tone King Imperial.
The amp for Lee. It arrived back today.
Yes, that's yes. That would that with the tube scream in front of it.
Yeah,
with the gain, that'd be perfect for Lee.
So I bought a 5150 block letter, as in Mark 1, from the auctions last time round. And it needed some love, to be fair. So I sent it to my usual amp guru, who has done his magic with it, and it's come back and it's all fully repaired and checked out, and the pot and everything works. And it sounds redonkulous. It's got. I actually prefer it on the low gain channel with the boost, not the high gain channel.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's a beautiful thing, and Paul's coming over next week, so we'll do a video on it. And
yes, we so shall.
Yes, indeed.
Grungy Chris, the brothers looks great, but I think I'll stick with my Prince and be a pleb. Good man. Don't fall for all the yeah. Jeff, if I run my Kitty Caster Effects Meerkat into my King of Clone, would that be the same as Chase Bliss Brothers aim? Yes, pretty much. Pretty much, yes. Exactly. That's the only thing I'm sure about with this Brothers pedal is the treble booster. I'm not a big treble booster fan. Why did I buy this? Travis, you brutal gents. Hello, mate. Hello from South Carolina. Hi, Travis. I hope you are well. Hi, Travis. Read the Great Hornspoon. I reckon this is.
It's by him, and he's basically come on here to think they're a bunch of successful YouTubers. I will hijack their channel so I can promote my wares.
Promote my book. Michael MC, how does the playability of the JTG stack up to Vinny's Silver Sky? Good question. That's a really good question.
The quality is about the same. I don't think one's inferior to the other. I will tell you that with the 7 1/4 inch radius on the Silver Sky, to give you an analogy, one's a pickup truck, the other one's a Corvette, if that makes any difference. Yep. One's got a compound radius on it. So, here's the deal. If you have a Silver Sky and you're on the fence of going, why am I going to buy another Strat? This, like I said earlier, they're two different animals. They're not redundant, and you'll have one guitar that you can, it has a very high fidelity sound to it, not a vintagey 60s Strat like the Silver Sky does. So they're two different things. But if you ask me, if you took the headstocks off and it was a blind test and you gave them both to me, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you that the James Tyler was an overseas build. They're quality.
Can I change your where you said it was like one's a pickup truck and one's a Corvette? I think one's a pickup truck and one's a Stingray.
Yeah,
it's the 80s. It's the 80s thing, isn't it?
Yeah, like my 87 Vet that I had.
Yeah, exactly.
Except,
was it white with a red stripe down the side?
No, it was close. It was one of the rare ones that was white over a gray bottom.
Oh,
So out of all the ones they made in '87, they only made like I think 2% of them were in that color.
So if you had a red stripe down the side, you would have had Faces Vet.
Yes, it was damn close. It was a nice car. It was a nice car.
Who's this? Right, should we do?
Let's get a few more in. Sit tight, and we'll get there in a mo.
Brothers AM also looks similar to the TC Mojo, which is 350. That's what it looks like. It looks like the TC pedals.
Yes.
Thanks, Greg. It does.
I just think they should have went with a different color knob on that when you were showing it before in the news.
Well, anyone who's keeping track of the Studio Rats classic quotes should have gone with a different color knob.
Yeah,
there's one for you.
Yeah. Travis, sorry, Centre Wheelchair Pedal says, Travis, where in SC are you? I grew up in Sumter back in the day. Dad was in the Air Force. Awesome.
SC South Carolina?
South Carolina.
I'm not. We're not.
Yeah. Elsewhere, Rats leave. What, Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, we are so behind.
Yeah.
Right. Like button, everyone. Yes, please. Yes. If you're enjoying this, give us a like because it really, really does help.
Right. At this point, I'm going to bring Anthony Maplethorpe into the chat.
Mr. Maplethorpe, how are you, sir?
Better than I was 9 weeks ago, as you're aware of.
Yes,
I did email you. Yeah.
Good man.
So,
yes.
Yeah, part of my rehabilitation is I'm no longer in that little room that I am in. I have now commandeered what was the dining area into what is now a semi-dining room area, semi-recording studio.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Because I'm reclaiming my space. So, hang on, I'm trying to get the camera back. So the upshot is more space. I'm not knocking headstocks against things, and
excellent.
The monitors fill the room. The downside is more space because now I want more gear to fill it.
Well, that's always the always a
guilty as charged, my lord.
So yeah, I know you're massively behind. I didn't want to take up much time. I just wanted to
no, that's all right, mate.
Just to say I am beginning to get my head around reality, beginning to get back to some sort of semblance of something. And I'm back in the land of the living.
Awesome. Well, welcome back, mate. Good job. Good to see you're doing well.
But yeah, I didn't want to say much else, just to show you the new kind of layout and just let you
looks
know
awesome, mate.
I'm still alive and kicking.
Awesome. Fill it with more toys.
Yeah, I want a real amp now because you might even hear that. So that's Axe Effects for a power station and a 2x12, but I kind of want a little valve combo now. I've got a bit more space.
Nice.
But I don't know what. I've got my eye on a Maz 18.
Nice.
Oh, nice amp.
Or possibly a Victory V40 Deluxe.
Nice.
Either or. Yeah.
Either or. Yeah, there's a Maz 18 going literally 3.5 miles for me for 800 quid combo.
Is it an old one or the new version?
It's one of the new ones.
Oh, great! Yeah, that's
with reverb as well.
Great.
So I'm kind of. That's a decent price, I think, for that combo. So it's,
yeah.
4 miles down the road.
I really like the Maz. The only thing is, I've blown one up. If you've got an attenuator, just be careful because it's run quite hot.
Yeah, so, I mean, if I attenuate it, I'll be using the power station, which is more of a. It's not really an attenuator, is it? It's a reactive load. So
yeah, but even so, I've used reactive loads, but I kept blowing power valves on it. But it's a great amp.
Yeah, it's a pedal platform as well. I won't be winding it up massively hot to get it to drive. I'll get a couple of nice delay pedal, a nice spacious reverb, and a couple of nice drives.
That has a master volume too, right?
Yeah. So that's all I need really. Everything else I'll do with the Axe Effects, but reverb and delay. And a couple of drives into the Maz.
It's a great sounding amp.
Just when you want to get away from the modelers for a bit.
Yeah, good idea, mate. It's always good to swap between it.
Nice to have options, isn't it? But yeah. My guitar playing is kind of a bit of a backseat at the moment with all these noodly synthy things going on. It's easier to turn them on than more variation in sound than you get with the guitar. But then when I sit watching the likes of you, I just noodle on the guitar. So
yeah.
Bit of one, bit of the other. Anyway, it was a quick pop in just to let you know I'm okay and I'm dealing and I've moved and I'll pop out again.
Awesome. We're good. Good to hear you're doing well, mate. You take care.
Thank you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Take care, mate. We got to there, I think.
Yes, we did. So, Leon, hello, mate. He said, you don't need a King of Tone. We've all just seen the JHS videos. Just get 2 bad monkeys. Very good. Nectarius, John Mayer used a QC the other day live. Archetype John Mayer incoming. That's a possibility, isn't it? That's a good shout. See, I wouldn't have got that from that, but that's possible. I know John Mayer used an Axe FX3 at a Coachella once, but that's an interesting shout. Hollywood, Paul, tell the family you don't want any Easter eggs as you bought your own Easter gift. A guitar pedal, yes. Now Vinny. OG, make fire good. Question, do you guys have a hard time being inspired to play live with an IEM monitor system? No, I love it.
No, it's the way forward.
You just got to get used to it.
The only thing that can do it is if you, with IEMs, you need to have your own control. So, so if the digital desk or whatever has an iPad app or an iPhone app, make sure you have control of your own mix. If you're in the studio, it's different because obviously you've got much more control. But if you're playing live, make sure you have control of your own mix. That's the difference. Because then when it changes between the sound check and the gig, because it just does, you can then change it. I've done enough gigs with IEMs to know you can do sound checks till you're blue in the head. It will change at the gig.
Blue in the head?
Blue in the face, blue in the head. It's all part of the same thing.
Our IEM mix sounds rough. Yeah, just stick with it. I mean, just get as good quality stuff as you possibly can. That's all I can say.
And these days you can pick up really good digital consoles that have iPad or iPhone support for not much money. You really can.
I agree. Hey, lol, it's Livy.
Yeah, so that's my daughter popped in there.
Hey. Blue Note Guitar. Good evening, fellas. Sorry I'm late. Playing with new toys. Oh,
it's got new toys.
I'm sorry we're boring Livy with guitar talk. I can imagine she's going, what are those idiots talking about?
Those old men talking about.
Yeah. Martin, Toman will take over European music instrument. Toman will take over European musical instrument market, guys. What do you think?
No.
You don't think they will?
No.
Why not?
Because people still want to go to a store and buy a thing. Not everyone does, but there are still people who want to do it. Look, we've got hung up about 2 music stores going under recently. One of them did not go under because of not selling enough musical instruments. They went under because of other reasons.
I'm not sure that's right. Have you seen that the shop's up for let?
Yeah, because the 3 or 4, I can't say what I know because I've told you. It's really grey. It's really, really difficult. It's nothing to do with not. People have said, "Oh, they really should have got into the online game." GAC were one of the biggest online players.
Okay, let's move on a little bit.
Moving on.
Scrunch just bought a Strandberg Bowden Essentials, and I love it. Nearly 6 years old. So still can't believe I like it so much. Nice.
I had 4 Strandberg, five Strandbergs at one time.
Did you?
I had a Washburn USA custom one that weighed practically nothing, but it was a 7-string, and I just couldn't get along with it. And I sold it. It was one of the better playing sounding guitars I've ever had. And then I had a bunch of other ones. I had a True Temperament one, which was cool, but
so the ones with the bendy frets.
Yeah, the only problem with the and I could be wrong with this, but I bought a special tuner to tune the True Temperament. And if you're playing with another guitar player and they don't have a True Temperament guitar, it's kind of like, I don't say it's a train wreck, but you'll never be in tune with each other.
I never even thought of that.
No, nor did I.
Yeah.
Vice Satchitrucci. Hey, gents, got my JTG and happy to report my fingers don't turn black at all. And I've logged a good 23-ish hours on it. That's fun. Nice. I hope life is treating everyone well. Cheers. Nice one.
Rich seems to think that maybe somebody played the hell out of mine. You know what I mean? Before I got shipped, like, because people were having fun with them, like they couldn't believe them. And then maybe I just got one that the strings were just shot. So
possibly that's possible, isn't it? But yeah, but black, I never get black things from old string.
It was like it was either that, or it had to be either that, or maybe it was the fretboard.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it was the fretboard. I quickly dismantled everything and cleaned it. So
maybe they darkened the fretboard with some
anyway. Monty Presso type thing.
Keith says, yes, yeah, could be James. Yeah, Keith says poison piling is deliberately sabotaging someone by feeding it a poison pill. I don't still don't understand.
I think we've lost. We're lost. Musicians, we don't do this high tech stuff.
Chloric, hello. Do you know something about Gower or La Boga amps? Gower aren't that far from me. Yeah. You're talking about the well, Gower is technically a guitar modder, so he used to get like well, he started. I don't know what he does now if he makes his own stuff, but he used to get like Marshalls and then gower them.
Right.
So like a Friedman, you know that sort of an English version of Friedman. And La Boga, is that the way you spell La Boga?
Sure, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, that's Lou Bega. Sorry, not.
Very good. See, that's not too, yeah. I love the way you love laughing at your own joke. That's not. That's actually one of the funnier ones you've done.
Thanks. Miserable bastard.
Michael MC, isn't there a yellow JTG with a darker pickguard? I like the look of that one.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the black pearloid pickguard
and black hardware. Yeah. Mr. Beast fan. Oh my God, he loves it, doesn't he?
He's really ramming that one, isn't he? Yes.
He loves it. Al, got to say, Paul, this Sir I've got from you is incredible. It is an amazing guitar. That is possibly the best guitar I've ever owned. Thanks, mate. Pleasure, mate. Yeah, that was a cracking guitar that I should not have sold.
Pretty soon we're going to have a book club here. Everybody's going to be reading, and we're going to be wearing ascots and eating tuna fish finger sandwiches and shit.
Oh, awesome.
Matt McCracken, even gents, any experience with Sir's SSC, silent single coil, or any other dummy coil cancelling system? I love single coils, but I live in electromagnetic nightmare. Yes. So I've had Sir's SSC system, and Lee's got one, I think, on his guitar. Yeah, I mean, it seems all right. I mean, you can't compare it because I don't know what it would sound like if you actually took it off. It seems to work fairly well. I think I did a video on the video I did of the guitar actually that I just sold Al, which was a couple of months ago. The humbucker was noisier than the single coils. So yes, I think if you live in a problem area, then yes, it sounds like you could go down that route.
And Mojo Tone makes a quiet coil pickup, single coil. I think it's called quiet coil. You know, or I actually had a Aristides with Fishman Fluence singles in it, and they sounded pretty good.
Did they?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought they sounded all right.
Cool.
Endorson Boogie have re-released the Mesh Grill cabs Go Stereo. Yeah, yes they have. They're called split cabs, aren't they?
They look lovely.
Oh, they're great. James and I played one at NAMM.
Oh, I really want that amp.
Oh, that amp.
That's a lot of money, that amp, I suspect. When
it's not out yet. It's not out.
I know. When it launches, it'll be.
I really want that amp. That amp's only
We should use that. We should use our lack of influence with our friends at Gibson to get some of that.
Yeah, definite lack of influence.
Oh, I love that thing. It sounded so good.
Yeah. Al, Vinny, I did a video on the Boss SGE 3000D, which is a decent dual delay pedal. Might be an option for you, mate.
Oh, I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's plenty. Have I got? There's not one there. Yeah, there's plenty of great sounding.
You know what? I have the Boss DD8, and I don't need all the stuff in it. I don't want all that crap. You know what I mean? I just want the digital delay. I was looking at the Strymon Dig as well, and I've been looking at everything. So I don't know. Maybe VP4 might be the way to go, but we'll see.
Well, VP4 would, especially if we're going stereo, it sounds epic. The VP4 is amazing. I mean, it's got the effects in it, but for only 4 effects, but it's epic.
Fine for me.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Session Gold. Hi, Paul. Will you try Valley-Arts guitar for the Ultimate Superstrat series? I doubt it very much. Valley-Arts, I'm not even sure they make them anymore. They tend to be extremely heavy, like £9.
And we've seen a couple, haven't we, over at shows and stuff, and people go, "Yeah, it's a Valley-Arts guitar, therefore it must be worth 3 times what it's actually worth."
Well, the thing about Valley-Arts is that they were one of the first companies to do I think it's a solid maple body.
Wow.
Yeah, so it weighs a ton. It's like it's got an ebony fingerboard. I mean, it's very, everything about it was completely 80s. It's got ebony fingerboard, highly flamed figured maple. Not like quilted maple. They did do some more sort of laid back ones. I mean, the only reason I'd like it is because of Steve Lukather, but that's quite a guitar now.
Plus, Steve's been playing the Music Man for what, 20-something years now, almost 30 years or whatever.
He was doing the James Tyler thing. Then he went to Valley-Arts, and then Ernie Ball, and Ernie Ball seems to be suiting him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a nut width, man.
Me too.
Even this is a 42, and I don't think it feels as skinny. Maybe because of the profile. I don't know.
Yeah.
Should we do the news?
Yes, let's quickly do the news. We got a great James and I think it's great.
It's not really stupid, it's just bloody funny.
It's quite funny, isn't it? It's pretty stupid. So the new PRS Archon Classic and MT15 version 2s.
They look really cool.
It looks like a little pair of plums hanging down. Look at
that. You just ruined it.
The new MT15 looks great, though.
Look at
that. Dingly danglies.
Yeah, the MT15, great. I mean, they're great. And I'd love to, both. I mean, both they're both cracking amps. The original versions are cracking amps. So the MT, should we see what the prices are? The MT, so the Archon Classic is about $1,000, and the MT15, how much is that coming in at?
I think it was above that, wasn't it?
Was it above? Okay, so
stop, go out.
Stop.
Right there.
Oh,
US.
Oh yeah. What?
No, that's the Archon.
Yeah,
the Archon.
Up a bit.
Sorry, am I? Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah. Oh, 950.
Quite a lot more than it was then.
Yeah. Yes, very much so.
It was quite a cheap, really good quality valve amp. Because if you remember, the original MT15 I bought when I sent back the abomination that was that Bulgaria.
That's awful, that thing.
It was horrendous.
Awful.
And they didn't want to give me that. They didn't want to give me the money back, but they were quite happy to put the money towards something more valuable.
Yeah, PRS makes some great amps. So the Universal Audio Woodrow plugin came out.
Yeah.
Moving on. No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
I think there's enough said by the lack of said.
Yeah, no, sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Right, Dave Mustaine, Gibson Les Paul signature. It's just like how to ruin a Les Paul. Look at the state. Where is it? Where
any of those, quite frankly.
Well, look, no. They've done the Mustaine inlay. It just looks awful.
No.
You know what I think they should have did? Gibson should have did, instead of coming out with 50 different Les Paul models every 5 minutes.
Go on.
Is they should have came out with the, I know they did it probably for a limited time, but the M3 series, which was their bolt-on neck Floyd Rose guitar. It was like it's kind of like an answer to like a Super Strat, really. I think it was called the M3.
Yeah. Back in the late 80s, 90s.
Yeah, and it had the slanted headstock, the Explorer headstock, and it looked pretty decent. And you know, everything's going 80s and all this stuff. I don't know why these companies don't jump on the bandwagon on this stuff. If I was running Gibson, I would be like, you know what, everybody's into the whole 80s thing, the Floyd Rose and stuff. Instead of making, you know, the 17,000 gold top for this year, why don't we hold off and keep, you know, only 5 of those, you know, different models, and come out with something, a different niche in the market, or something that people might even gravitate to.
It's funny, isn't it? It's yeah, I completely agree with you, Vin. I think with Gibson, it's a funny thing though, because, you know, look, they know that people want Les Pauls, SGs, and 335s mainly. So
yeah, I like them too. I like them too. But it wouldn't be cool if they came out with something else.
But it didn't work. It didn't sell very well, did it? I mean, they brought it out at the wrong time. They brought it out just when 80s hair metal was
becoming grunge.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it would be like a total retro kick-ass thing.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point. It's a fair point. Yeah. So I think the bodies look great. Just I hate that inlay.
The inlays. I was just going to say the inlays are terrible.
Yeah.
They look like little like wings or something.
Yeah, it's awful. It's almost like eyes, like
oh yeah, mean eyes.
And
Venom's eyes. Huh?
That sunburst does not look very even. Round the lower horn, round that lower cutting does not look good.
It could be the lighting. The guitar looks like it's turned a little bit, like with the right side forward.
Doesn't look great though.
No,
It could be. Yeah. Okay, and then no, we'll move on from there. So the Fender Player 2 modified, the ultimate mid-range modern Strats and Tellys. Yeah, so these are quite interesting. Quite like that green. That's quite nice.
Yes.
Perfect example. The Strat with the Floyd Rose on it. Not that I'm a super Floyd Rose guy or anything, but that there seems to be a want for that, because they don't have a lot of that in their lineup.
I think Floyd Roses are going to come back.
Yeah, way. I think they should come back out with a less expensive, like a studio with the Floyd on the Les Paul Studio. You know, just a plain Jane one with the Floyd system on it. It probably would sell.
Well, like the Axis, is that what it was called?
Yeah, like the Axis, just a cheaper one. They came out with one years ago called the Shred, I think it was, and I think that was in the '90s. It was all black with the Floyd, and I think that would sell too. I don't know. That's just me. But then again, I'm a broke bastard, and they have millions, so what the hell do I know?
Yeah. And then we talked about this earlier.
Yeah. Change the knobs.
Changing knobs. Yeah, we got to change the knobs on that. Yeah. Got hoodwinked into buying one. Okay.
Let us go.
Right. Before we go on, because I always forget to do it, and Greg reminded me earlier. If you're enjoying this, give us a like and subscribe, because give us a like. It really, really helps. Like you wouldn't believe.
Please. I beg you.
Because I've mentioned this a few times. Doing this show is detrimental to the YouTube channel. But we do this for the love of doing it. Mendel, I tried and bought the 2290 plugin. Amps go through a load box into the computer and then into IRs and the 2290 or other effects in Gig Performer. Nice. Nice.
Oh dear.
Why is that true to you? I've got the 2290p, and if you're playing in mono, the 2290 is overkill. The drive-through and the stereo imaging is the magic sauce for that guy. Running stereo is the only logical reason to consider it.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Sent, I'd love to tell you all about the Airbnb story. How the heck do I do it? Only got a few characters. Only get a few characters on here.
Come on the show and chat.
Yeah, you'd probably have to come on and tell us.
At this point as well, we have to do this.
Mr. Wheelchair Pillow. Thank you, sir. I shared some of the leftover money with Phil. I feel like I should share with you guys too, since you brought it up. Details below. Thanks, mate. Well, send me an email. You've got my email address. Send me an email. Tell me all about it. If you don't want to come on the show, I can completely understand it. but send me an email because I'd love to hear all about it.
I'm just trying to go where we were. Hang on.
Hey, did we do anyway? Needs to say there were titties popping out everywhere, rolled up $100 bills left behind, and lots of white powder on the countertops, and a hole kicked in the wall. That was Jesus.
I mean, I hope you got invited to the party.
Wow. Cheers, y'all. Cheers, Mike. Send a wheelchair pillar. Airbnb is reimbursing me for the repairs. Nice. Oh, that's good of them. Except so that's good to keep to keep the rolled up hundreds and phone pics to the hooker's titties. Brilliant. Absolutely
right.
Brilliant.
Here we go. And again.
Mr. Beast fan. Okay. The Great Horn Spoon. My name's Taylor Pringler. I'm 4. Oh, he's 4 and he likes annoying people about my dad's favorite book. My favorite song is Pony. Oh, nice one, Mr. Beast fan. So hold on. Is it my son? No. I live in Michigan, near the town that's inspired by the urban legend, the Burville Book. Well, nice. And Mr. Beast fan, you are more than welcome to watch. I'm sorry if you've just heard about an Airbnb story, and now, and now your dad's never going to let you watch this again. What can I say?
Oh my God, we're going to be the next Jamie T. Aren't we?
Jesus, we're going to go on Operation U-Tree, we are, aren't we?
No hookers were hurt during this live stream.
Brian, hello, good people. Do you know, I'm going to check out Mr. Hornbeam, whatever it's called. Paul, have you settled on a super straight yet? No, there's a couple coming. So yes, it's the James Tyler's getting fixed.
It's a myth. He'll never settle on one guitar. Come on, we all know that.
Yeah, and I just love the.
Thrill of the chase is what you love.
Yeah, I do like that. Hollywood actress Finny, the blue Saraceno personal played with the yellow stripe. I prefer to the factory production red stripe version.
Nice.
They look good. John Bourne, good evening, rats from the east coast of the US. Are you guys familiar with gas station guitars? They're in Somerset, UK. Is that Somerset? Is there a Somerset in the US? Probably
is. Yeah.
They have a nice selection of.
Hang on. No, that's that same thing, pretty much.
Well, I'm not that far from. Well,
you are.
Yeah, it's always think it's just.
I can't see anything down there. Sorry.
Okay. Awesome. No, I'm not familiar with them, but I will have a look.
Also, how cool do you have to be, and how much did your parents have to know your life calling to call you Blues Saraceno?
Is that his real name? I didn't know if it was like a stage name.
No idea. I was being silly.
It's good though. Keith, re-IMs set up with Behringer XR18, a bunch of PM16 personal modular controller isn't too expensive. There we go.
Or a Mackie DL32R or a DL16R and your iPhone.
Nice. Leon, he says, OGIM tip, don't put drum mics in, just kick and overheads and cut everything below 100 hertz. Sounds much better. Memory foam tips helps those too. Good shout.
Yep.
Duncan, Gear for Music bought GAC. If you type in the GAC website, it now redirects to Gear for Music. Interesting.
They probably have because they've got the money.
That would not surprise me.
They bought all the Studio Spares stuff up.
Yeah.
When Studio Spares went under, it would not surprise me in the slightest.
It would make sense. Where can you order the JTG? Where do you live?
Well, yes.
There's a bunch of vendors that have them on Reverb. If you're in the States.
Yeah, it all depends on where you live. Guitar in the UK, or there's loads of places in the US.
Yeah.
Hollywood. Talk about IEMs. I saw a recent video by Paul. Yes. With the Axe effects. That wasn't recent. God, that was probably a few years ago.
Yeah.
John Bourne. They have a nice selection of Japanese limited edition guitars made for the Japanese market. I just bought a Tele Custom with a quilted maple top. $17.25, including shipping to the US. What are we talking about? Is that what are we talking about?
I think the gas station guitars come. Because I looked them up. It looks like they sell a bunch of different guitars, like Strats and other stuff.
Is it gas station? Is that Somerset in the US somewhere, or is it Somerset UK? Somerset.
If it's Somerset UK, I've never heard of them.
No, I haven't heard of them. No.
So,
Trying to find an address. Let's see.
Hollywood. Bondu plays for War of the World tour.
Australia. Sorry.
Australia. Okay. He was using $45 IEMs from Amazon. And he said they were great. Nice.
We've tried some cheap IEMs and they ain't great. In the past.
Yeah. Phil, do you all prefer listening to your guitar tones through IEMs live then? If using modeling, I can understand it. Surely it's not as nice as a tone straight from the cab. I mean, it's just, I would rather a decent, I would rather IEMs on than crappy wedges in front of me.
I would, because it's much easier to cart around a decent set of IEMs. Yeah. You know, a high quality set of IEMs is a lot cheaper than a high quality set of monitors, and I know which I want to lift.
Yeah. Neck Deck Kappa. Hi, Paul. I played a Sir Tom Anderson and a James Tyler. Ernie Ball Music Man, Sir Tom Andersons are all great guitars, second to none. Tom Anderson is in a bit different level in terms of perfection. Nice. Fender PRS Gibson or Legends, but in my opinion, a bit overpriced despite what they offer. High-end guitars, James Tyler, Sir Tom Anderson, etc., offers much more value and perfection. Nice. Thanks for your tip. If I said true, UA Audio is running a special 99 for all 4 of those amp plugins. They just did pedals for that. They tried selling for $3.99 each or something stupid originally. Nice.
Yeah.
Mike Blue, I had an M3 neck through rock machine. Nice.
Very nice.
My the bike. After the Fender Twin 135 and the 70s Vibrolux, I bought a 74 Twin 100. Damn.
Nice.
Blue Note guitar. I've just had my cheap guitar, £500 Gretsch, returned by the guitar tech I now use. It's incredible. I had different guitar plecked, and it's nowhere near as good. Interesting. Yeah, a pleck machine is only good as the person that's using it.
Yeah.
I will never buy an expensive guitar again. Interesting.
Yeah.
M. Aaron Edwards. Howdy, fellas. Always catching the tail end of the live cast due to my work schedule, 4:30 p.m. here in Georgia, US. Always enjoy the show. Thanks, mate. Glad to have John Bourne. Gas Station Guitar, Somerset, UK. They used to be in Australia.
Okay.
I should have read a little bit further.
Good one. If you use decent IEMs, you can still hear the telly when you get home. That's the other great reason. Yeah, well done, Leon. That's exactly the reason.
And the other thing, and I will cover this when I'm allowed to. I've been working with a team at ACS who are a custom in-ear monitor manufacturer, and you can also have filtered IEMs. So they let a bit of the outside world in. Now, the new ones I've got are, I think they're 25 dB filters. So you do still get a certain amount of the outside world in. So you don't feel completely shut down and locked off.
Right. You don't get that claustrophobic feeling.
Yeah. And they're brilliant. They are absolutely brilliant. So yeah, it's a thing. So you can have filtered IEMs.
Jeff, Gas Station Guitars started in North Queensland, Australia, but relocated to Somerset in the UK. That's interesting relocation.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe. Thanks, Neckdet. Jeff, like a puppy, a service for life, not just for Christmas.
Yeah, you're right.
Neckdet, any thoughts about James Eggle guitars, UK made?
I love them. Patrick James Eggle, they're great. The new electrics he's making are stunning. They ain't cheap, but they're stunning.
They tend to be it tend to be a lot of them on the second-hand market. Here they don't have a lot of resale value, and they're quite pricey new. I've never tried one. I've tried James, the old ones, the old Eggles. I tend not to like the necks. I find the necks a bit small, very much similar to what Vinny and I were talking about with the Ernie Balls Music Men. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's these guys, these guitar builders, high quality guitar builders that don't really embrace having YouTubers review their guitars. So how can you get the word out there unless you don't get it in front of people's faces?
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much old school marketing that falls on new school deaf ears.
Yes.
As opposed to marketing these days is YouTube. And anyone who thinks otherwise is wrong. Sorry.
Yeah. Anthony, IEMs, you get a far better representation of the whole band mixed with you as loud as you want to be. It may not be satisfying as a cab, but that's not what it's about. I agree. Yeah. And as Leon said, it saves your hearing.
But have the cab for the interaction between the guitar and the cabinet, because that's where the reaction comes from. It doesn't come from you hearing the cabinet; it comes from the air being moved by the cabinet and the guitar. So still have a cab.
I've never done it that way. I've never had IMs and a cab. That would be interesting.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Al, I'm in Somerset doing a particular well-known festival soon. I'll check out Gas Station Guitars and let you know. There we go.
I'm gutted I can't do that well-known festival.
Where's that? What's the well-known festival?
Glastonbury.
Is Glastonbury Somerset?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. How far is Glastonbury? Glastonbury's not far from me, is it?
Not that far.
No. Anton, Gas Station Guitars website say they're all based in Cornwall. No store yet, just website. Well, Cornwall's different to Somerset. Well,
it's quite a lot different. There's Devon in the way for a start.
Vice Trucci, James, with those filtered IMs, you still get the low end bass response. If there's not a complete seal, presumably, not sure how they work, but if my seal isn't good, I barely any low end. They're basically, I mean, I use the same earplugs as what James is talking about, and they're like these plugs that go inside the. Yes, you do get the bass.
The bass response is phenomenal from them, and as someone who's been putting drums through them and kick drum and stuff, the low end is awesome. We're there, believe it or not, boys. We got to the end of the list.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
I'm going to play this, and then Paul, it's over to you.
Stupid comment of the week.
Now, genuinely, this is the funniest thing.
Well, it's funny. I hope it's funny for everybody else. So this is what's going on. So, and I'll give the backstory. So, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani are doing a band tour at the moment. Yeah. So it's Vai Sach, whatever it's called, and they've got you've got Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, the bass player. I can't remember where the bass player's from. Dead Daisies and some other things. You've got Kenny Smirnoff.
Kenny Arnoff on drums, who is arguably the most used session player of all time.
Brilliant drummer. And you've got Pete Thorne doing backup guitar.
The only man to make a Fender Acoustasonic look cool, Pete Thorne.
I mean, great. How great is that going to sound? So Pete Thorne's doing it. So what they're doing at the moment is they're doing this sort of publicity on Facebook and Instagram where they're talking about the other band members. So for instance, be Steve Vai and then Joe Satriani will come on and go, Steve Vai, I used to teach him back in the day, but now he's this guitar god and all that. And then they all come on and they talk about this one guy. Right. They've now got to Pete Thorne. And so all the band are just sort of doing their little vox pop of bigging up Pete Thorne. And I've done an edit of it because I didn't want to, to do the whole thing. But it gets to Kenny Arnoff. Hold on. So let's add. Hold on. How do I do this? And okay.
You do. Just do it.
Add it to stage. Okay. So basically, we've got Kenny Arnoff. Steve Vai's just been on talking about Pete Thorne. And Kenny Arnoff says,
I love Pete Stones. His feel, he's a great musician, and we will rock.
Who the hell is Pete Stones?
Shocking, isn't it? How shocking is that? Can you imagine? You're in a band with this guy, but even so, the management let that go out. One more time.
I love Pete Stones. His feel, he's a great musician, and we will rock.
Is he saying tones? Pete's tones?
Oh, could he?
No, they're all saying Pete Thorne. They're all saying Pete.
Yeah,
Thorne.
it sounds like he's saying it's Pete's tones, though.
I love Pete Stones. His feel, he's a great musician.
Oh, is it us that's made a mistake?
Yeah.
You need it. See, this is why I'm good here. You needed the American guy to translate that shit for you. Did I just ruin it? I'm sorry.
I thought he was calling Pete Stones.
No.
I love Pete Stones. It's like, who is this Pete Stones guy? You and I would have been wandering around in Germany going, hey, it's Pete Stones.
Yeah, every time we see Pete Thorne in the future, we're just going to call him Pete Stones.
I could be wrong, but that's what I'm hearing.
No, I think you're right. Everyone in the comments is going, it's Pete's Tones, you morons.
What a couple of dibs. Hey.
Anyway, that is
Stupid comment of the week.
It could be stupid studio rats of the week. I love Pete Stones. Pete Stones.
Pete Stones.
Oh,
I love Pete Stones. I think Pete Stones is the funniest thing ever.
I'm going to Keith Bernard. It's a bit like Hilary Swank. Very good. Very good.
There is so much stuff we could get through. We'll come on to political stuff next week. No, we won't, because we don't do politics on this show. I'd like to thank Lee. I'd like to thank 40 Watt Phil. I'd like to thank Rinny the Axe for joining us. It's always a lot of fun when the community joins in, and it's great to have friends around the world who can be quite as stupid on a Wednesday night as we are. So
yeah, it's all good fun.
Back next week with more of the same. We'll come up with some stupid talking points. I'm sure some other companies will bring out some stuff that we can take the rip the you know what out of. But until then, stay snazzy and all that sort of stuff. Was that
somebody was asking what the blue amp was? It's a Laney Studio 5-watt head and cap.
Nice.
Nice. Should we introduce ourselves?
I'm still James Ivy.
Vinny the I'm Pete Stones.
Vinny the Axe.
Pete Stones.
I love Pete Stones.
Take care, everyone. Have a great week. See you soon. Night. Bye.